So I'm starting this YouTube journey. I'm not going to call it a challenge. At first I was thinking challenge, but it's a journey, right? It was definitely challenging. And I don't have, at this juncture, I do have some advice, but I'm still starting out. Like, I haven't even really posted a lot of videos because in spirit, I'm kind of a perfectionist, even though my actions don't speak otherwise, because I will do all the work that's required. But at some point I know and I realize, like, good has to be good enough. And so, like, I've created things that I feel like are good, and I just gotta put it out there, right? Especially a lot of like written stuff that I've done, some stuff that you probably will never see, but things that I'm really proud of. But the crazy thing about creating anything, and I'm sure this is going to be the case with like creating content, is one, like, no matter how much work you put into something, no matter how much like you try to perfect something and you finesse the editing, you finesse all the details, like, oh my goodness, it's still, you could look at it, you could go back to it every single time and find something that you're gonna change or want to change. And it's so like cringy. It's like going back and looking at your high school picture, right? Like, it's just cringy no matter what, because there's like, oh, I can't believe I said this or I wrote this like that. So one, I'm trying to get out of my head with that, because all of the talking heads that I've looked at, all of the people on YouTube that's trying to tell people how to get started on YouTube, they all basically say the same thing. Just make videos, just get started, just get started, just get started. Don't overthink it, just do it, do it, do it. And it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be good. Your first few videos are not going to be good. And I'm like, okay, I get that. But at the same time, like, I don't want to put out trash or what I think might be trash, like, it's hard for me to put out anything, and this is YouTube or otherwise, that I don't think like I put my best foot forward. So it's like, okay, if I could try, or if I have another minute, or if I have another opportunity, then I'm going to try to, do this thing. So that's where I am with the videos. I have so much, well, not a lot, but I have a lot of content right now. Like, I probably could make like 10 videos and just post them. But it's the editing process that's taking a long time, okay? Which is another thing that the talking heads say don't spend a lot of time on, because you'll be able to make way more content if you didn't spend that much time editing.
Make a U-turn.
Make a U-turn? You told me to go this way. What are you talking about, make a U-turn? This the turn?
In 0.1 miles, make a U-turn.
Make a U-turn? So as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my GPS. So all of the talking heads say don't waste a lot of time editing. And they're right. Like, I just spent 12 hours on a Sunday editing. Like, and I'm telling you, I was in a zone. I didn't want anybody bothering me. I didn't want anybody calling me. I canceled. Like, I was supposed to meet up with people, and I made excuses. I'm like hiding under the cover. Like, it feels like that, because I'm just like, please leave me alone. Let me do what I have to do. No, I am not going to cook for you. No, I'm not going to drive you anywhere. Like, I just want to get this done because I'm in a zone. And if it's interrupted, then it's just going to kill the whole vibe, and then it won't get done. Dang, you couldn't even ask to get in. I was going to let you in. Sheesh. Ooh. Anyway, so they're right. I will say that. And I actually like editing, or, and that was another thing they said. Even if you think you like it, like, oh, I like it. I like it, but trust me, I don't have to do it. It is hard. It's a lot of work. And at this point, I'm using CapCut, which I hope sticks around past January 19th. And I pretty much know how to use it. Like, I think I'm okay with it. But listen, I'm just using the basic features. I haven't paid for anything yet. Not even really adding filters and all that stuff. Like, just doing it. Just dropping the video tracks and blending and editing and all of that stuff. And, adding some text and overlays and all that stuff. Just easy stuff, but very time consuming. Okay, adding music, whatever, intro, outro, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, easy stuff, but like I said, very time consuming. That, so they're right about that. I would say 100%. If you can find somebody, or if you could pay somebody to edit your videos, do it. It's worth it. And if you feel like you don't need to edit your videos, like that was another point that another talking head made. Like this young man, he's doing his videos like this right from the car. He's like, I'm doing this. I'm telling you, I keep doing this. Don't do anything else. I spent many years editing videos, doing this. Da, 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 da. Just do this. Just do this. And I get that. But I have a particular I have a particular type of content that I want to create. I don't want to talk about just making YouTube videos, because I haven't really been doing that. So I'm talking about making YouTube videos now because I'm going through it. But to only talk about that and not really do anything where I'm actually creating something, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to fulfill me. I will give people what I can give them, but it has to be meaningful to me too. Like, I have to believe in what I'm doing. I don't want to just do that all day long. But anyway, but not only that, but that type of content is obviously very useful. I just don't think that I have the wealth, the body of content to add to that. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, so get somebody to edit your videos. Now, here's my challenge. Right now, it's not in the budget. I've gotten some quotes, but I don't know if they're real quotes, because I've only explained what I wanted, and that was just a quick sort of ChatGPT. Here, tell them what I want. I didn't even show them an example of something that I created, so they could say, "Oh, okay, yeah, I could recreate that and better." But I got quotes for like $200, and that's not a lot of money. So I'm thinking on average, I could, it'll probably be somewhere in that margin or area. And so let me not say that's not a lot of money. That's, yes, relatively speaking, it's not a lot of money. It's not going to break the bank one time. But I couldn't, if I'm trying to put out content at least 2 times a week, that's $400 a week, times 4. That's $1,600 a month. Yeah, that's not I don't got a YouTube editing budget yet. Not that. So I'm having to edit my own videos. And the second part of that is, maybe you know someone. You would think. I have so many nieces, nephews. I have 2 daughters. I got a son-in-law. We got extended, nephews and nieces in our extended family village. And none of these kids, these Gen Zers, none of them, and I don't know what the other, Gen Alpha too young, whoever they are, they don't even make content. So when I ask them, do you do content, or you know how to edit? They're like, oh yeah, that's too much work. I just, do an outfit check, or, maybe post a meme or something. I'm like, oh. So the Gen Zers are not in my circle. They're not into this. They consume it, and they'll give me good tips, right? My daughters will give me good tips, mostly constructive, and oh, you should do this, or you don't know what you're doing, you need to do it this way. I'm I know I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all supposed to help me. So if you have somebody, or if you can recruit someone. So my oldest daughter, Jordan, she was like, well, I'll learn, I'll try to help. And she's sweet, and that was nice. And I'm like, that's good. But she has 2 kids, a newborn, stay at home mom, has to cook, clean. Well, she don't have to clean too much. She has help with that. They help. But I know she has a lot. But it could also be fun. It could be a good outlet for her if that's something she wants to get into. So we'll see. But at this point, I need some stuff to get done, right? I need somebody that if I say, here, I need this, in whatever time, they could do it. But you can't do that if you're not paying somebody. Or not that I wouldn't pay anybody, even one of the kids in our family, but I would hope that I wouldn't have to pay them what I gotta pay somebody else. And even if I did pay them what the going rate is, because I don't have a problem doing that either. Especially because I'm like, okay, I want to, put it back into the community, pay it forward. You started now, you're doing something. But again, the budget, okay? So that's a challenge. If you have somebody, somebody great. The second thing, or maybe this is the second or third, I don't even know what number I'm up to. I don't even have anybody in my friend circles, now plural circles, who are doing this that could give me some advice, right? Everybody has an opinion because everybody consumes, social media, and they know, so they have opinions, and that's helpful because, they're the potential audience, the target for this. So that's great. But I would like that to be attached to and here's a resource, and here's a person. This is the person that I use. I don't have anybody like that. And that's fine. I'm not a victim. I don't feel bad for myself. It's not the woe is me. It's just when I think about it, I'm just like, dang, I didn't think I was venturing out here doing something that was so, uncharted. I thought it was kind of a lot of people were doing this. So why I don't know anybody personally who's doing it? And everybody even I'm looking for anybody. I asked the property manager at my building because I know he has a business, a little side hustle, and so he had shared his Instagram with me. He didn't have a lot of content on there, but I figured maybe he's on another platform. I was like, do you do content? Just hoping he could give me some advice about lighting or editing or something. And he was like, nah. And before he even got into so his immediate response was, it's a lot of work. So it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. It's good work. I didn't realize, I knew it was going to be a lot of work because I could just visualize oh, I knew you have to have time to make the videos. You have to have time to edit the videos. And I know for me, even to post, things on Instagram in real time or vacation or whatever, or an event, that's hard for me because I could never, I'm not that comfortable with sometimes with pictures. I'll take pictures in the moment, and then when it's time to come back home and look through it, I'm like, oh, none of these look good. So it just never happens. So I knew that was going to be a challenge. Plus the type of content that I wanted to do, it's kind of doing a full-on production. Okay, so as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted 2 weeks ago, I didn't realize, doing a whole production, which is kind of what I'm doing, it would, involve a lot. I just thought okay, so when I decided I wanted to do this and I had the concept, I did some research because I'm a forever student. So okay, what do I need to start a YouTube channel? I got my ChatGPT Armando, that's his name, to help me figure out what kind of I needed a tripod, I needed a ring light sort of thing, or soft light box, and I needed some microphones. And then I figured out then I decided rather that I needed a dedicated space right in my home to be able to do this. And so I was like, well, I'm not gonna do it in my closet because my closet is small and it's cluttered. That's the whole point. I have to declutter it and reconfigure some things. So in the meantime, in between time, I wanted my backdrop to be nice and chic and stylish. So got some things, try to make it do something cute. Anyway, not realizing that one, that was not the that was the easiest part of it all, because as I said before, trying to figure out lighting, 3-point lighting, which I still have not figured out. And I bought at least, I don't know, I have 4 different light boxes, soft boxes. I don't know what I got, but I'll go watch a video. Somebody says you got to do this, you got to get this one, and I got it. And I'm still not getting the quality of light that I want. This is the setup. You see all those lights? It's 4 lights plus a ceiling light, and I have a little lamp on the other side. You can't see it. This light is trash. Just pure garbito. The lights in the kitchen don't do anything. That light right there is not on, but it's not gonna do anything. So 4 lights and it's still rubbish. The people said, as far as the camera quality, I've seen those videos where they're like, if you're not spending more than $2,000 on a camera, then don't waste your time, don't waste your money buying camera equipment. If you have a iPhone 15 Pro Max, then you're good. And let me tell you, I was watching a video. It was breaking down this whole, if you got the 15 Pro Max, then this is what you need to do. And I was like, oh wow, that looks cool. Like I could create some really good, footage and videos. And the whole time though, I'm like, I don't even know what kind of phone I have. Like I knew I got a new phone recently within the last year or two, but the phones come out, like I think, what are we up to, 16, 17 bajillion? I don't know. So I was like, I don't know if I have a 15. I hope I have a 15 because it's doing some cool things in this video. He's doing some cool things with it. And I was like, well, let me ask Carly. But I was like, I'm not going to ask Carly because Carly's going to be like, Mom, you don't even know what kind of phone you have. You don't even deserve to have that phone. So I said, you know what? I'm smart enough to know what to do. So I'm going to go look at my settings. And my settings are going to tell me what kind of phone I have. And sure enough, I have the 15 Pro Max. Thank you very much. So, say all that to say, I should be good to go. Watch the videos. They tell you what to do with the settings. Change it from HDM. I don't know, y'all. I'll link the people because the people said something. And ChatGPT told me what to set it to as well. And then, do cinema versus regular video. I don't know. I tried all the things. I'm doing the things. I'm still not necessarily getting the best quality or the quality that I want. And then I saw somebody else's video and she had like really good quality. And I even put it on my TV. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this looks really good. And then she said that she used her iPhone 13. I'm like, so what am I doing wrong? So the biggest issue that I have is poor lighting. That's my issue. So it really doesn't matter at this point what kind of camera I have and what kind of lighting I buy. Maybe I can still buy more, but I don't think that's my issue. I think that I have to figure out the correct configuration of the lighting, and then maybe I have to kind of like isolate myself, kind of make the space dark, and then just isolate the subject, me, and maybe then I will kind of get the lighting quality that I'm looking for, because I don't have good sun lighting in this apartment. And y'all, when we go house hunting, I'm telling you right now, I need south facing windows only. Okay, I don't care where it is, I don't care what kind of neighborhood, I don't care if the schools are good or not. I need south facing windows only. Okay, because can I create some decent looking content with some decent looking lighting, please? Like seriously. So I said all that to say that if you are beginning this journey, like me, those are some of my tips, and hopefully it's helpful, hopefully it's encouraging, not discouraging at all, because I am still revved up. I'm excited. Let me tell you something, y'all. I like a good challenge. So if you like a good challenge, then creating a YouTube channel is for you. Maybe some of the other platforms might be easier. So depending on what kind of content you're trying to create, and probably it really doesn't matter what kind of content. I don't know what's the best platform. Obviously, if you're doing like a talking head kind of thing or like a podcast kind of thing, then YouTube is probably good for that, for the people who like long form, people who want to listen to somebody talk for about 20 minutes. You can always have shortened versions of that on the TikToks and the other shorter platforms, but whatever. But whatever you do, I imagine it's still going to be some element of challenge involved. You have to be committed to the time. You have to really block out time. So I have scheduled time where I know I'm going to only be working on content and it is protected time. I don't do anything else. I tell the people in my life that I love them, but I gotta leave them for this period of time. And that's just what it is, because this is my thing right now. And when I tell you, y'all, it really is, it's really keeping me grounded in all the things that I'm doing. Like it has given me a new pursuit in life. So I really like it. As I said before, I love a good challenge, you know, because when you get to be a certain age, especially if you've been doing a certain type of work for a long period of time, you, not that you kind of hit a ceiling, but some parts of it is not necessarily intellectually challenging, right? And I like to be challenged, right? I don't want to like be, you know, beaten and bludgeoned into doing work. But I like something that involves me learning, basically, and that's kind of what this is. I'm learning. Child, I have to learn about these lights. I don't know if I'm going to learn that. Okay, I think that is going to defeat me, and I will hopefully find somebody that I could pass on that task to, or somebody will come into my life and be like, hey, let me show you how to do this trick. And not just show me a video, because I've watched the videos. Now, sure, granted, I haven't watched 10 videos on lighting, but I've watched about 5 or 6. So maybe that 7th video might do the trick. So I will revisit it. But I spent about 2 weeks, like in November, between November and December, when I got stumped on lighting. I just stopped and I said, let me learn some stuff. And so I watched the videos. I learned from the people who were talking about lighting and talking about camera angles, camera settings and all of that stuff. And I've learned from the people who were just talking about how to get started. And I did that for 2 weeks, and I loved it, right? But then I was like, okay, at some point I just have to do it, because listen, I could go down a rabbit hole and just keep going down that rabbit hole, learning things, getting excited, getting motivated, getting encouraged, taking notes. Oh my goodness. Going out and buying things, that's another exciting thing. I love that. But then I was like, but I gotta just do it. I just gotta do it. So if I could offer any advice to you, but I'm new, so I can't like tell you how much success I've had monetarily, because I've had 0. And I'm not saying that's not what I'm in it. I'm not in it for that, because that may never happen for me, and that's okay. I do have a day job. But it's really fun. I love it, and I'm excited, and hopefully because I love it and I want to be good at it and I want to be great at it, then, you know, people will be inspired by that and latch on to it and want to be a part of the community. And that's really all this is about, right? Like, just sharing ideas, talking to people who are like-minded, or even people who have different views, and y'all just come together and, you know, come up with some new ideas, whatever. So do the YouTube channel, do it, create your content. Like I said, I was utterly shocked that more people I know were not doing this, because I feel like at this point it's kind of like, you know, just having a social media profile where you already post pictures and things. But I get it, it does involve some levels of work, and, you know, you have to have time for that. You have to have physical, mental space, time for all of that. You know, you have to have all of the space to do that. And it's challenging. It is. So hopefully that helps and not discourages anyone. And listen, y'all, I'm looking for some accountability partners. Okay, so yeah, like if you are just passing by, stopping by, you see I don't have a lot of subscribers, like, so it's just me and you at this point, right? So if you're like, hey, I kind of want to do that, you know, and maybe I know something that I can help you with, and you know something that you can help me with, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm with it. At this point, like, seriously, we gotta help each other. So yeah, I remember when I started this video about 3 weeks ago, I was doing 3 things. So I hope I covered those 3 things. I'm gonna stop now and then watch the video over and see if I covered those 3 things. And if I didn't, then I will come back on and kind of sum it up. But hopefully I did. And yeah, so this is the name of the channel is called Decollection. I am decluttering my closet, trying to make space, and in the process I'm finding all of these like clothes and items and things that I haven't worn in years, and I have to get rid of stuff. So I'm just like, okay, let me figure out a fun way to get rid of things, and also to figure out which ones I want to keep. So that's what I'm doing, pulling out 2 to 3 items every week or 2 and restyling them, remixing them, putting them together in a different look, deciding which ones I'm going to keep and which ones I'm going to send to my new friends in this community. So we're doing that. We're talking about, you know, smart goals for the year, make money, elevate ourselves, all of those things, all of those fly, fabulous things that, you know, people like you and me are into. So if this is the channel for you, then, you know, stay, subscribe. But also, like I said, if you're down for the challenge, let's do this too. Let's do these YouTube videos. Let's create some content. So yeah, so I'm Kima and this is Decollection. Thank you for watching. Please like, if you want to, subscribe. If you liked it, share it with your friends. Maybe they'll like it too. And hit the notification button, because I don't have a lot of videos right now. Depending on when I'm posting this, you know, God willing, you know, maybe you're seeing this a year into it and you're like, oh my goodness, look at all these subscribers and videos. But at the time that I'm posting this, and hopefully I will be able to post this between the end of January and early February, it's just us. It's just me and you. So, but yeah, I'm posting other videos every week. That's the goal. Check out the other videos. You'll see what the content is about. Anyway, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when the videos drop. All right, so thank you.